Hey, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to continue our adventure of the Hobbit and his dwarven companions. This one is the third in the series at this point, and this one actually is supposed to be a bit harder than the other ones were. I think the other ones were kind of like a 1-star. They're really just kind of be a casual get-together. Now this is getting into a little bit more intensity, as this will be a 3 out of 5-star puzzle. So, that said, let's take a look at this thing. It's called Thror's Map by Blobz. And let's do our little intro here. The moon was shining in a broad silver crescent. Elrond held up the map, and the white light shone through it. "What is this?" he said. "There are moon letters here, beside the plane runes. They can only be seen when the moon shines behind them." Cool. So let's jump into the rules and see what we have here. So, normal Sudoku. So every row, column, and 3x3 box will contain the digits 1 through 9, ones each. Begin by transcribing, i.e. cloning, Bill's digits from the previous puzzle into Forest River. Now, I did look at this prior to make sure if I had to find some other thing, some existing digits, and I wrote them down somewhere around here. There we go. So we will be transcribing the digits as they were shown on Bill's bench, and I think it was like up here, something like that, into the Forest River. And if you want to see what those are, instead of going back and looking at your own solve, I'll do that once we get into the actual solve portion of it. But we're going to be putting these digits as givens. Then we have in cages, digits do not repeat and sum to the digit, or the given total. So these three will be 18. These will be 9, 35, etc., etc. Then we have adjacent digits along the dragon motif must differ by 5. Okay, so this guy here, and actually I'll just draw it real quick. It's going to look like this. This is going to be our German whisper, essentially. We'll call it our dragon whisper. This one right here, whatever it will be 5 away from that one, which is 5 away from that one, and so on and so forth down the line. And I'll get rid of that so we can admire the art skills of Blobz here. Then we have cells contain the same rune, contain the same digit. So we have a bunch of runes here. So there are some... did not mean to be on that one. There are multiple runes of the same type in some of these guys. Yeah, so we'll have... these guys will be clones of each other, essentially. The same runes means it's the same digit, which means we'll probably have to get into some coloring in this puzzle. Not necessarily one of my strong points, but that'll add to the list of not strong points. So anyway, and then there's a note here that says shading is cosmetic only. I only see, looks like this edge here is shaded, maybe to like mark a map page or edge of a map or something like that. But really cool looking puzzle here. I like all of the runes and the rivers and the dragon and Mirkwood down here and Lonely Mountain, all that kind of good stuff. So cool. Well, those are all of the rules. Link's going to be in the description below as usual. And again, to remind you, links to the other puzzles are also going to be below. If you haven't done those, go and do those first. Go watch my video of them being done first, if you would, and then get into this one. So let's get at this thing. Let's go on a little adventure. Further our adventure, we should say. All right, so where the heck are we going to start? There was a couple of things I saw, like this 30 cage is just given. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This 21 cage is given. Now, I will write those in because I think we're going to have to get into some notations here. Oh, the Forest River, sorry. We have to put Bill's info in here. 4, if I can be in the right thing, 4, 1, 2, 3, and 7. Those are the givens, if you want to type those in yourself before you get started. And then you will have those available to you. That means we can actually get rid of a couple of options here. Not 2, 3, not 1, 4. The 7 can't be 6, 1, or 5, 2, so it's 3, 4. And the 9, well, it could be 8, 1, or 5, 4. I guess I'll put those in as well. 1, 4, nah, not quite enough information there. Okay, so what do we do now is the question. Do we do anything on the 27? It's Well, it has to have a 9 on it, right? That's something we want to think about. Because if you don't put a 9, the most you can ever do is 8, 7, 6, which is 21. Then you have to put another 6, and you can't reorganize these digits any other way to not have a high number. So there is a 9 somewhere on here. Is it possible to eliminate the 8, let's say? What if we did 9, 7, 6? Let's say it'd be 22. Yeah, we could put a 5 in here. So it is possible to have other digits other than just the 9 as a given. So that's not giving us a ton. Again, like I said at the beginning, I think we have to start getting into our runes and start seeing how they orient themselves. So let's start doing that. Yeah, let's do blue, yellow. Let's keep the green off the dragon, so we'll put it up here. Orange. And do we want to do like a dark gray? Let's do this one as red. Then we'll put gray, light gray. We might. It always kind of annoys me that there's not one more color that's completely different from all these other ones, and none of the other colors really are too much of a difference. I think this green is the best one we can do. But anyway, let's do these colors, and then we'll start to correlate them. So these ones will be blue. These will be yellow. These will be green. There's only one more of these got purples. These two are orange, and then these two are red. Now again, we know these. Well, actually, we know this and this are the same digits. What I was going to say is there's no 5 on any of these, because these are a German whisper. I guess we can put our little line back in. Sorry, Mr. Dragon. So we know there's going to be a 5 on one of these, which means there's going to be a 5 on the 35. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The problem with the 35 is there's multiple ways you can do it. Because we can get to 35 in 6 digits. 9, 8, 7, 6, and 5. Did I say in 5 digits? I meant 5 in 5 digits. If I mistook. 9, 8, 7, 6, and 5 is 35. So it's not like we can reduce any of these to say there are no 1s or something like that at the moment. We just know there is a 5. How does that help us? I don't know if it does. Maybe we need to start thinking about propagating our colors into other regions. Like one of these is yellow. Sadly, those options here are every single digit. Do we have anything else in yellow? Well, yellow's not 2 or 3. I wonder if we're gonna have to start putting these reductions in and see what happens. I don't see much here on yellow. Although I guess one of these is yellow. Maybe there's... And one of these is green. Let's think about green next. Oh, that one's not. One of these two is green. You can't repeat the digit. Green's not 3 or 7, but that's not quite enough of a reduction. One of those is... One of these is... Which means green is either a large digit, or it's whatever this is. Don't know if that helps us any. What about blue? One of these two is blue. Blue's not 7. Don't see much else reduction on blue. What about purple? One of these is purple. So purple is from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6. I think I'm going to start putting some of these in here, because we're going to have to be able to sort some of this stuff out. What was the other one we said there was a... Yeah, this couldn't be 2 or 3, but... No. Okay. I don't think there's anything more we could really do with purple. What about orange? One of those two? One of those. Orange can't be 2 or 3. Well, actually, orange is just 1, 4, 5, or 8, because we know this is orange. Let's put that in. Because we might be able to start reducing what these can be at some point. What about red? One of these is red. None of those. One of these two is red. And we don't really know over there. Okay, that's not getting us too far. So... Well, actually red is reduced to a lower digit, isn't it? Because it sees all 6, 7s, 8s, and 9s. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. That's at least starting to put ourselves into some low digits on this thing. This has to be 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. So is these guys. Not the most helpful thing in the world. At least not yet. One of these two is a 7. Just notice that. Now, if we knew if this was the 7, we can say red goes over here, but we don't necessarily know that right now. This guy could be almost anything, so, well, except for the 2 and the 3. Almost don't want to put that in, because we're looking at 1, 4, 5, 1, 4, 5, 6, 7s, 8s, and 9s. We can't rule out the 6, 7, 8, 9 like we could here, though. The other thing I was wondering is if we could do anything with the German Whisper at all. Because I don't seem to be getting anywhere with this coloring just yet. Because we know these are the same as these, there's going to be some correlation to this German Whisper, because all of these digits are going to be the same polarity. So they're either all low or all high. Now, the restraint I think I want to look at is, could these two be high? Because that would mean that these digits here, these ones here, could only have 2 high digits. Now again, we already know there's a 5 in one of these. So is it possible for there only be 2 high digits and a 5, and then the other 3 would have to all be low digits? What is that? 9 and 8, 17 plus 5 is 22. No, that never works. Yeah, okay. Because obviously, if we put these as both high, it removes 2 highs from here. So we'd have 2 left. The most we could ever do would be 9, 8. That's 17. So these would correlate to the same thing. 17 plus 5 again is 22. But then we have to add 3 low digits. That's the most it could ever be is 2, 3, and 4. That's only 9. So we're only at 31. We're not even close to 35. Okay, these then have to be low digits. And so do these. And these have to be high digits for the Dragon Whisper, which will leave us with 3 highs, a 5, and 2 lows. What's the math on that? Or do we want to further with this? Because this can't be a 4, this can't be a 6, this can't be a 6. Well, that actually does help, because that says there is a 6 on this thing. I think I might need to start writing things down. So we know there's a 5, and we know there's a 6 on here. Now, if we know there's 3 high digits, one of them being a 6, can we work out some math? So what's the most we could do? 9 and 8, 17, plus the 6 is 23, plus the 5 is 28, plus 2 low digits, 4 and 3 is 7. That gets us exactly to 35, right? Or did I add wrong? 9, 8, 17, plus 3 is 23, plus the 5 is 28. We have 7 left. That's the only way it works, right? Because we said it has to have a 6 and it has to have a 5. 17. Yeah, that's the only way it works. Okay. That means... Wait, so this is 9, 8, 6, 5, 4, and 3. 10, 18, and 17 is 35. Yeah, that's really weird. Okay. So there's no 1 or 2 on this thing. So let's get rid of those options. And there's no 7. Let's get rid of that option. And then these guys, well, I guess we just put these in. 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9. Now, if there's a 4 on here, these, well, there's a 3 and a 4. These can't be 3s or 4s. And this has to be the 7, because the only high digit we didn't use here is, or here, is the 7. Means that's not 7. The 1, 2 works with the 7. Okay. I keep checking myself on the math because I don't trust myself sometimes. All right, so this, well, 7 is then our funky green color. That's something. What are these guys? 1, 2, and 7. This is, oh, this is not 1 or 2. This is 7. This is our funky green color. These are not 7s. Okay. Right, what else do we have? None of these are 7s, so one of these 2 is. The funky green we said is up here somewhere. It goes with the blue. Oop. Why is that? Oh, it's a different white. I hate how that does that. Anyway, funky green and blue are there, which means there's a 7 up here. Yeah, that all works. Okay. 2. All right, what else can we do with this? What did that tell us, if anything? 4, 5, 7's there. You know, oh, one of these was the 7, which is this one, so this is not funky green. I'm just going to keep calling it funky green, which means this one is. So you are 7. Again, that says 7's up here. This is not 7. So one of these is the 7. And actually, it's less than that, because one of these has to be the 7, because these can't be, so that's an X-wing on 7, so you're not. So you have funky green. Those are 7s. One of these is a 7. This is not. This is the funky 7. Okay. Now, what does that tell us? We put a 7s on the 18s. I don't know if that's super helpful or not. We get an X-wing on 7s and an X-wing on 7s. Well, now that we've done some more work on some of these things, like the blue has been sorted out, so none of these are blue. And well, the 2 can't be blue, so one of these is. Blue has to join this party. So we now have light green, funky green, and blue in here. Okay. What else? Again, one of those 2. 2, 3, 5. No, it's not doing anything. 1's in. Wait. 7. Okay. This helps. We're going to get another 7, I think. Can you ever put a 1 or a 2 on a 27 clue that's 4 cells long? You can't. The most you could ever start with is 987 is 24. You have to at least have a 3 on this thing. No 1s or 2s. We can't put 1s or 2s in any of these other places. We need one more. It goes here, which means this isn't 7. This is, which means this is. I guess I'll continue our coloring fiesta. Okay, so we're down to these 2 being left. Now, we just said we... Okay, where does the 3 go? It has to go on here. Now we should be able to figure this math out, because we already said there has to be a 9 on it. Now we know there's a 7 on it, and we know there's a 3 on it. Well, that's 19. The other one has to be an 8. So this is 3, 8, and 9. This is 5, 6 to finish this guy off. These are 8 and 9. Okay. Where does that take us? Don't quite know. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's say we need another 8, 9 somewhere in this row, but I don't know if we can get into that too much. And again, our dark green is pretty well set here. All right, so what's next? We had a nice little roll there. What do we do next? We might have to start putting in some of these guys and seeing what comes of it. Like these are... oh, this one can't be a 1 because of 4, 5, 8. So this can't be an 8. This is 4, 5, or 8. 2, 3, 4, 5. No, it's not enough work there. What else do we have? The red could still go down here. Oh, this is not a 3. So either red, blue, or purple is the 3. Red, blue, or purple. Huh. Okay. What else? What else? What else? What else? Hmm. 9, 8. No. See, there's more we could do on this thing, but I don't think there is at the moment. What else can we do? We've got to be able to correlate some of these colors back again. Like, where does the blue go? Don't think we can finalize that. Where's the red go? Could go here or one of these two. Well, red can't go here. I was looking at this 21 cage for a second. No matter what red is, if you were to put it here, it would see every bit of this cage. We have to put 3, 4, and 5 in it. These can't be red. This is red. Because you can't be, you can't be, you can't be. This one here says these can't be. The 8, 9 can't be. And then we've just shown that these can't. So you are red. And red has to be 3 then, if that's the case. Right? Yeah, there's no other place red could go except for here, here, or here. If it's one of these two, it breaks this cage. This is red. Red is 3. Okay. Let's put that in and see what happens. That means these aren't 3s. Not 3. Thank you. This has to be 4. This is 3. So this is red. Let's put you in. Get rid of you guys. You can't be red. And you are. So you're the 3. Let's put you in. Red is now not blue. So blue is 5 or 6, which means you're not 4, 8, or 9. Okay. Either yellow or light green is going to be the 9 now. What does that tell us, though? Let's keep going. This one here is red. Can we finalize our reds? None of those are reds. One of these two is. So the answer is not necessarily. One of these two is red, which means this isn't a 3. And we know one of these is red, so these are not 3s. Also, that guy there. Okay. I thought we might have had a restraint there. What else do we have? I think that was it on 3s, yeah, because we have this little X-wing of 3 and red. What about 4? We gotten anything more done with it? You are not. So one of those 3 is. Could you ever be a 4? Yeah, I guess so. Because that would force an 8, 1. This would be 5 or 6 paired up with the 5 or 6. What would this be? 9. That could work, I guess. Can't necessarily rule this out as being 3, I don't think, because that would create 10. This would have to be an 8. That seems like it would work. Don't know. All right, let's keep pumping these guys in here. 5 or 6. This one could still be, or any of these could still be blue. Blue is one of those. Any of those. One of those. Okay, it's not getting us too much further then. Next, what's next? 8, 9s. We don't know what the colors of 8, 9s are yet, though. So that's a little problem. How can we finish this guy off? 7's goes there. 3. Oh, this is not a 7. Oh, we can continue this one here. 3. I mean, this can't be 6, what I'm trying to say, because this is 3, so this is an 8, 9 pair. This is not 8. This is a 4, 5, 6. Perfect. We just got our colors. This is yellow. this is light green. All right. Now can we go any further with the yellow and the light greens? One of these two is light green, so you're not. That doesn't necessarily, well, it does, yes, because this one has to be, this one's not yellow or light green. So this one is yellow. This is light green. Good. None of you are yellow, so you are yellow. You have to be light green. This yellow says this has to be yellow because we need the 8 or the 9. The only place it can go is here. So this is not a 6. This is not yellow. This is yellow. Is that all our yellows? It's gotta be. Yeah, this one here is yellow. Okay, so we get an 8, 9. We can clean up some more of this stuff. You're not 8, so you're not 1. Perfect. This is a 4, 5. This is not. This is 6 and 5, so blue is 6. Let's put 6 in. One of these has to be blue. This one isn't, because it is 6. So it's part of this. I thought I saw something else, though. Yeah, this is a 1, because we now have to remove all these options, so none of these are. Two, 4, 5, 6. These are not 6s, which means they're not blue, which means this is 6 and it is blue. Yeah, one of those is 6. I think that's all we can do with, well, we can put a 6 on one of these two, which means these are not. We can also just use these other guys, but also where does the 1 go? It goes right here. And it's not purple. So these are a red, purple. And red we know is 3. Purple can't be 6 then. So we get the 4, 5s. So these are not 2s either, which means one of these is. Okay. Let's continue. 4, 5, which means this is not. I swear. This mouse. That's not a 4 or 5. Yellow and green are the 8, 9s. 8, 9. This 4 or 5 says this is not 4, and it's not 3. So we just had to continue with our Sudoku. This feels like we're getting somewhere. 1s. Can we put 1s anywhere else? I don't think we can. We don't have any 2s yet. 3s are almost done, but not quite. Actually, they are. This is green, it's 8, 9. That's an 8, 9 pair. This can't be 8, 9. Didn't we say if this was a 3, this had to be an 8? Yeah, so this is not red. This is. And it's 3. Which means this is 3. This is purple, which is not 3. This has to be a 2, 7 pair for this row. That means this is 1, 2, 1. Okay. We're getting there. At some point, we're going to figure out which one of these are which. This is an 8, 9. 8, 9, 4, 5. This is 1, 2, 6. I don't think we can say much about that yet. This 4 or 5 says this is 2. So this is, goodness gracious, this thing, 2, 6. This is the other 4, 5, which is orange. Which means this is orange. And one of those two, and one of these two. We don't know if orange is. Yeah, we do. 5 here says purple is the 4, which we could color these guys in, I guess. I'm starting to not want to color this too much because we can't even see any of the map, but orange is 5, which means this is orange, which means this is the last bit of orange, or maybe it's not the last bit, but this is the 4, which would be purple. Let's go through the Sudoku now and just see if we can bust through this thing. What is yellow? It's 8 or 9, which means this is just a given of something. 2. This is 8 or 9. This is 8 or 9. Okay. Now, this is 8 or 9, which means we either have 16, which means this would be a 2, or we have 15, where this would be a 3, and it can't be a 3. This is 2, which means this is 9. So light green is 9. Yellow is 8. These are not 8s. I think I'm going to remove this color in a second because it's really hard to see a lot of this stuff from me. So let's see if we can just finish our Sudoku here. Well, these are a 1-2 pair. These will be 4, 6. We can do that. This is 6 and 4. This is a given 5. What are you guys? 1, 2, and 6. This has to be the 6. So this is the 1 or the 2. These 2s and 7s aren't just done yet. What are these 2? 1 and 4. Can't do those yet. All right. Where's this last little bit here? It's around here somewhere. Just have to scan around and find it, hopefully. The 3s were done, yeah, okay. What about those 4s? One of those is a 4, that's an X-Wing. We've got to, yeah, here we go. 5s. This is a 5. Those are done. Those are done. 7s are an X-Wing. 8s are done. 9s, I think are, oh, 9, here we go. That's going to break this up. 7, 9, 2, 7. I'm going to get rid of this color. I don't like the look of it. I don't like the look of its jib. I didn't mean to do that. Oh, so much better. We can now actually see some things. This has to be 1 or 4. So it's 4, 1, 4. This is a 1-2 pair. That's the 2. That's the 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. This is 9. There we go. Wow. That was not easy. 2000. It's been out for a long time. This has just been reposted up here, but I don't want you. Go away. That was really fun, but that was not easy to get into. There was a ton of math to work out on some of these things. And goodness gracious, I hope I didn't make some mistake and get lucky, because that would not have been fun. Really good puzzle. Like we had mentioned previously, this one was certainly more difficult than the previous ones. I think it probably took us almost as much time to do this one as it did the 2 previous ones combined. So, but still, good puzzle. Glad we did it. Glad we got through it. And I hope you all enjoyed that one. And in about a week's time, maybe a little bit less, depending on how I want to go about it. We should have the next one going. I think it's already been released. I think Blobz said he released them on Mondays. So this was last Mondays. We're doing now. So the one from this Monday's already been released. I just haven't gotten to it yet. So, but anyway, just a side commentary there if you're interested. But anyway, hope y'all enjoyed this one. We'll see you in the next one. Have a great one.